Hi, I'm Teresa, and this is a love letter to my grandmother. Today I'm going to make a dessert that my mom told me that she really enjoyed as a child, and I'm pretty sure at my parents' 50th wedding anniversary just a few months back, a couple of my aunts also told me that they really enjoyed it. And I don't remember if it was Aunt Mary and Aunt Annie or Aunt Mary and Ruthie, but I feel like it was Aunt Mary and Aunt Annie that said that they really enjoyed eating this dessert as well. It's called graham marshmallow roll, and it doesn't really have all that many ingredients. It's a pretty small list. It has graham crackers, it has marshmallows, it has nuts. I'm sure Grandma made it with walnuts since she loved walnuts so much. I'm going to make it with pecans because that's what I have, and dates, and it says thin cream or evaporated milk. It's 2 tablespoons of thin cream or evaporated milk, and I did not feel like opening up a can of evaporated milk for just 2 tablespoons. So I decided that I would create thin cream since I don't know where to buy thin cream. So what I did was I took 1 tablespoon of just whole milk and 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and I mixed those together. So that's the list of ingredients. It's not very many, but the recipe seems to be very interesting. I had 3 copies of it, written by Minnie, by Grandma, and by Flo. And on one of the recipes, I had 3 recipes, one written by Minnie, one written by Grandma, and one that was from a magazine. And Minnie had cited Ethel Moore as being the source of this recipe, but the magazine seemed to be Women's Home Companion. I don't know how old this recipe is, but it definitely seems to go back to great-grandma's time. And we'll see, it seems like it's fairly simple to make, but it is something that has to sit for 24 hours before we can eat it. So the first step is to take the dates, and it says stone and chop. I bought dates that did not require pitting, so that should be easy. I was a little bit surprised to discover that Grandma and great-grandma had lots and lots of recipes that called for dates. I think of dates as being from the Middle East, from a little Google search by Eric shows that they're from probably the Crescent Valley, so Iran and Iraq, and I just kind of thought, why would Idaho have so many dates in the early 1900s, but it seems there were certainly enough around to have a lot of date recipes. So we have that, and I chopped up dates. Usually I only eat dates when my Saudi students give me dates. They didn't give me any recently, so I had to go out and actually buy some. But I've chopped those up, and they're ready. The second step is to take a rolling pin and crush the graham crackers. So I'm going to do that. I decided, because that sounds kind of messy, that what I would do is I would take a cookie sheet, lay that out, and then it says take a rolling pin. I've got Grandma's rolling pin, and I'm going to crush them in the cookie sheet with Grandma's rolling pin. So it's just 6 graham crackers. So I got my 6 graham crackers, and I could pre-crush them, but I'm kind of interested in what this rolling pin is like. So here's the rolling pin, here we go. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. You can kind of start, but then the big chunks that somehow don't want to get, still don't want to get. And it moves around a lot. Okay, graham crackers crushed, and definitely inconsistent. Some are very, very fine and some are a little bit bigger, but I think it'll do. The second step is to reserve 1/3 of the crumbs, but I don't know how many crumbs I have, so I guess I'm going to put this in a measuring cup. Okay, so it turns out I have a cup of graham cracker crumbs, or crushed, not even really crumbs, I guess, dusting. So that means I'm going to need to keep 1/3 of them. So now what I'm going to do is mix the marshmallows and the dates and the nuts. Oh, actually, a note about the marshmallows. It says it takes 7 marshmallows. Now I assumed, given the given the time frame that this recipe seems to come from, that they were large marshmallows, because 7 didn't sound like very many. So I did a little Google search, and Google says that there are 10 mini marshmallows in 1 large marshmallow. So we didn't have large marshmallows, but we had some tiny ones from a previous recipe that we did. So I counted out 70 marshmallows, and I'm supposed to chop them up. So I'm going to chop up the tiny marshmallows, even though they're pretty small. Well, maybe I won't. That seems pretty small. So I'm going to mix the marshmallows, the graham cracker crumbs, the dates, and the nuts together. Okay, 2/3 a cup of graham crackers. And then dates, which, by the way, very sticky. If you didn't know that, it's good to know. Probably nice with the graham crackers. Probably helps quite a bit with the sticky dates. And I bet the marshmallows, when chopped, are super sticky too, but I didn't chop them. Here we go, although they're sticking to each other, so. And then the nuts, probably also good for taking care of the sticky. This is my cute little strawberry bowl. I got that today. Well, it's more of a creamer. Okay, now I am to add thin cream. I don't know, I'm gonna just mix this a little bit first. I don't know, I'm intrigued. This dessert seems odd. Not vegetarian either. You're supposed to serve it with either the rest of the evaporated milk or whipped cream. Also, I find that intriguing. Okay, it's very little liquid that I've added, and I'm mixing that in nicely, and now I'm supposed to form a roll. I think I know why it has to sit in the fridge. Yeah, I think I know why it has to sit in the fridge, but it actually smells good. Okay, I don't know. Can I form it into a roll? It doesn't really. Maybe I should have chopped up the marshmallows. Maybe it would have adhered better. Originally, I thought I was going to put it on the cookie sheet, but the cookie sheet is so big and there's no need to put that in the fridge, so I think I'll do it on a smaller pan. And I have to roll it in wax paper, so I'll be right back while I sort all this out. Okay, I have put some wax paper into a pan, and I have my sort of roll in here, and I'm going to try and transfer that. Oh, not too bad. A couple little bits in here. Put that all together. And then we are supposed to cover with the remaining crumbs. So that'll probably help give it a little bit of structure. Some big pieces. And then we're supposed to roll it in the wax paper. So I'll try and roll it a little bit, and maybe we can even get like the bottom side and the crumbs a little bit better. Okay, rolled in its wax paper, and now I'm supposed to put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here's the roll. It's a little bit uneven. That's because of me. That's how I did it. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the roll. It's not vegetarian, so Eric's going to be our test trier here. Slices pretty well.
Looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks very different. Oh, the cross section is
please.
interesting. Let's look at the cross section. You can see all the little marshmallow goodness in there, and the dates. A lot of graham crackers. All right, now the recipe said serve it with either thin cream or whipped cream. So I got you some whipped cream.
Okay.
Well, that looks like a lot of whipped cream.
Yay, the more whipped cream, the better.
Alright.
It smells good. I like the graham crackers and
I know, I think it smells really good. How's it taste?
That's good. Yeah, it has that sort of nutty roll. Chewy. Like an early, not like a power bar, but yeah, nowadays we have all these Cliff Bars and things, and these are early versions.
The precursor to Cliff Bars, the graham marshmallow roll. Okay, well, Eric, would you recommend eating this again? Like, is this a dessert that you would be like, yeah, make it?
Well, for old dessert, it's pretty good. I'm just trying to think of what occasion you would have it as. How hard was it to make?
Super duper easy. I feel like this is a great recipe to have children make for the very first time. I mean, it's even easier than drop cookies.
I think if you had a party, and you had some different desserts, sure. It's not like a centerpiece dessert, but it's kind of nice to have something like that on the side. It's
kind of odd looking, and there were definitely a lot of graham crackers still sitting at the bottom of my thing, so I don't know if I did something wrong or not. It'll be interesting to... I was thinking I could have chopped up the miniature marshmallows. That probably would have been a good thing.
Because it has interesting texture. It's chewy. You don't taste the nuts that much. You don't taste the dates so much. I think or even the marshmallows, I think the flavors
all blend.
Kind of blend a little bit. So
it's like a new flavor. Okay. All right. Well, that's all for us here at A Love Letter to My Grandmother. Bye.
Bye.